Hi guys, welcome back to our YouTube channel. It's funny that I have to voice this over again because I did film the video in its entirety with the voiceover and everything, but it was too long, so I had to cut it short. It is Friday the 11th, and I am just cooking, getting ready for Sabbath, and I decided I was going to cook a couple stuff. So the goal was to make some banana bread muffins and then make some dinner rolls and then make some chickpea balls. So right here, I didn't have any eggs. I sent my husband to get them, and he spent 2 hours getting them. So I had to start cooking without him. So I decided to use flaxseed as a substitute. Yes, it is a substitute for egg. If you are allergic or you just do not like eggs, you can always use the flaxseed. It's pretty easy. You just need to the recipe called for 2 eggs, so I just went in with 2 tablespoons of the flaxseed, poured some warm water on it, some hot water rather on it, and then beat it till it gives this eggy form. So right here I am in the process of doing the banana bread muffin recipe. It calls for the egg, the sugar, oil, it was banana. So I do the dry ingredients and then, or the wet ingredients, and then I mix the dry ingredients in a separate bowl. And this is me going in with my vanilla. I never had any fruits. I normally have my soaked fruits and then just add them to it. Fruit soaked in grape juice, but I didn't have any, so I just made it without any fruits or anything like that. This is me adding the dry ingredients in it, and then this is basically it. Once you mix your wet and you add your dry ingredients and you stir it properly, mix out all the flour, then it's basically time to just add it to your pan. And I'm going in here now to add it to my muffin pan. I don't have any cups, so it's straight in it. So I'm washing, dry, make sure it's clean, wash, dry, and then I'll be pouring them into the space provided there. I had a little left over. You will see I had a little left over, so I added it into a little baby Pyrex dish and then popped it into the oven. Yes, this is basically what all my Fridays are made of. My Fridays are definitely for cooking. I try to do my housework during the week, like earlier during the week, like my laundry and everything, because Friday when I go in the kitchen as early as like 8 o'clock on a Friday, I'm not coming out of the kitchen until like 4 or 5 o'clock. That's crazy. But if you love doing what you do, like me, I love cooking, I love baking. My favorite part of the house is the kitchen, so I basically live in there. So if you're anything like me, you'll be in your kitchen all day. That's me. This Friday though, I decided that, you know what, I am not going to do anything hard. I normally do like rice and peas and then do either fish or chicken or tofu or something, but I decided that, you know what, we are not going to cook anything heavy today. We are making burgers. So that's why I sent him to go get the little stuff I needed, because I needed tomato, lettuce, and the eggs to bake, because I wanted to try a newer type of bread recipe to make the rolls. So we had a burger for dinner, and it turned out really, really great. And I wish you guys could try it, but I'll try to see if I can post the recipe for you guys. Okay, so right here, I normally clean up after I finish one section of cooking or one area, clean up my area. So this is me. I did the bread rolls a second, like knead it, the whole process, because it takes some time to rise, and then it could keep rising while I keep doing something else. So this bread recipe, my normal bread recipe for me, I've been doing it since I was very young. It's like basically just kneading my dry ingredients and then pouring the warm water and kneading it like you would make dumplings. However, this recipe I saw on TikTok, and it was a bit different. They put the water and all the ingredients in the water and then add the flour, which was very unique to me, so I tried it for the first time, and let me tell you, I'm not going to tell you. I'll wait for you guys to see how it turned out, because I think it turned out really great. Well, take it from me. I had 2 sandwiches for dinner, and let me tell you, my husband cannot stop talking about it. He was like, this is the best bread. And I've made bread before, but he was like, this is the best bread. So I'll be definitely making this again. So this is me here, adding the yeast and stuff to the hot water. I mean warm water. Can't use hot water now, careful. To the warm water so it can start to flour, so just here mixing up my ingredients. Let it set for a while, and then I went in with just the flour, and I think it was 6 cups. That was like weird for me, like 6 cups of baking flour. Wow, that's a lot of flour. A regular bread for me is just like 4 cups is 2 pounds. Yeah, but like I said, this is what they did, so I just followed what they were doing. All right, okay. I'm learning too. So, and I think it's always nice to try different stuff, get out of your comfort zone. So I think this is basically what I did, stepping out of what you're used to and trying something else. And that's me. I love trying new stuff. So that's me going in with it here. My, arm muscles. Yeah. Then I had to get my hand in there. And then they said to add the butter, and I was like, what? And then when I added the butter, it felt weird. I was like, is it supposed to feel like this? I was like, oh my God, I think I just spoiled it. And then that's crazy, because then all this flour would just waste, and I just had like a little left. But, I kept the faith, and I went in and I said, all right, she added some more flour, so let me add some more flour to it too. Okay? All right. That's me watching the video quite intently. I kept pausing, because I'm like, I need to get this right. See, cleaned up my area, spread some flour, and did it like, knead it over again like her, just to get it like all smoothed out right now. And that's what I did. See, and then going with some oil. I had to get a different container because that one looked too tacky. I was like, can I put back the bread in this? So I had to get another container all clean, and then pour some oil in it, put the flour in it, and then put it to rise, covered it down. Yeah. Yes. So this is me now taking a look at the muffins. Remember those muffins we put in the oven? Yes. So by this time, these muffins were ready to come out. I tested them, and normally when you push the knife, a clean knife in it, and it comes out clean, then it's all done. My muffins are all done. But the one in the glass dish, it was also done, but I feel like the top of it was still a little too light, like it needed to be brown. Like, call it complexion. It needed some complexion. It needed some sun. So I left it in the oven for another 5 to 10 minutes, just so it could get a little browner at the top. Yes. Yeah. Then now, checking on the bread, still haven't rised yet. I took off the top and put saran wrap on top of it so I could like see what's happening. But yeah, that's it. Hasn't moved yet. So this is where I decided that I needed to start doing my meatball. I call them meatball, but it's chickpea balls because there's no meat in it actually. I had some veggies that I had pasteurized, blended up together, and I mean a lot of veggies, like thyme, scallion, onion, tomato. I had a whole one or maybe two hot peppers thrown in there in this container right here. All the different kind of sweet peppers, the red, the yellow bell peppers, the red, yellow, green, and orange, and I had them blended together like a seasoning. And I had some left over, so I'm just going in now to use this to make my chickpea balls. Yeah, I just wanted something a little different, and we are making sandwiches, so we needed something to put between those buns, right? So I just kind of poured out. It had a lot of liquid on it, so I just kind of strained it off a bit, and that's me here straining. Trying to get most of the liquid out of it, because when you are initially going to fry the meat, the balls, you don't want them to be pulling apart. You need to get them hard. So the less water you have in there, or liquid rather, the better it is for you. All right, so after doing that, I went to get 2 tins of chickpeas out of the pantry, and I hesitated. I was like, when I pulled the one, I was going to crush it. And when I saw that it was going to take some time, I decided to just take up my osterizer and just have it chopped up small. That would be a lot quicker. So that's me here realizing that, hey girl, using this fork is gonna take it's gonna take too long. Let's make this easier on the watchers and on myself. So this is me coming in with the osterizer, setting it up in a quick time. Pour it in there, and after I poured this one into the veggies, I realized that I felt like the veggies were just overpowering it. So I decided to use the second tin, because I was like, maybe this is going to be too much. So I ended up using the second tin as well. So that's me kind of like, it doesn't have to be too smooth, because if you have little chunks of like, give it this nutty flavor, I think it would have been nice as well. So I didn't entirely just beat it all the way out. So it's pretty simple to make. It's easy to try. Once you have your veggies blended and you add you don't have to use chickpeas. You can also use red peas. You can use pinto. You can use black beans if you want. You are free to choose whatever you like to try, whatever you want to. You'll be the one eating it, so you can always go in and try whatever. After adding the chickpea to the veggies, I then went on to beat an egg to pour it in there. The egg is kind of like the holding substitute for them. So I beat the egg, I pour it in there, and then not everybody does this, and it's fine, but I went in and added some salt. I added some all-purpose seasoning, because that's me. I want my food to be properly seasoned. Whatever I'm doing, I want it to be properly seasoned. I want it to taste really good. I know that's one of the biggest problems today with vegans or vegetarian. A lot of people are like, I don't like veggie food, and I'm always telling them it's because you don't season your food properly. If the same amount of time, energy you put into seasoning your chicken or your fish or whatever, put that same amount of energy in your veggie food, and trust me, people will love it. People will definitely love your food. So after adding the egg, I added some breadcrumbs, and then I added some baking flour, and then I just stirred it together, and that was basically it. After that, it's just like to test it, get your oil to a certain level of hot, and then test it to put some in there, a little pinch in there to see if it stays or if it pulls apart. If it pulls apart, you know that you need some more. You can add some more flour or some more breadcrumbs. You don't want to have it tasting like too much flour to taste away from all your flavors, but you can go ahead and add a little more breadcrumbs to it or whatever, just to give it that, and my husband said he wants it hard, and which is true. If you went to a Burger King or wherever, your burger would not be pulling apart between your sandwich. You understand? So you have to get that right texture. And this is me, like, just turn it all together now, do my stuff. Yeah. They say cooking is an art, and I totally agree. It is. And for me, the most important part of cooking, like, cooking for me is fun, but the most important and the happiest part is when people eat your cooking and you get the best reviews. When you get the I get the girl, I get the what? Yes. When you hear these, it's like, oh my God, I did good. Like, I did really good. Yes. Because then the compliments, not that you're trying to let it go to your head, but the compliments build your confidence. And then you want to try more. And then, you just elevate. So you start doing more and you start trying more stuff. And it's very good. It's very exhilarating. It's a nice feeling. Yes. I like when I cook and they're like, this was nice. Yeah. That's me here adding, mixing, testing. Yes. The weirdest part of doing this was having to taste it. To taste the mixture, because how do you know how much salt to put into it? You don't want it to be too salty and you don't want it to be too fresh. So that was, for the oil that I fried it into, I crushed some garlic and put in there just to get the garlicky flavor seeping into the oil. I would normally add pimento, but it's just that I didn't want the pimento going into the the mixture. So I did not use any pimento. I'm not sure if there was any blended into the veggie mixtures initially. I don't remember, but yeah. This is me here getting the oil to a temperature, and the next thing is, okay, so it doesn't take, and it shouldn't take too long to fry. Reason being, it's chickpea balls. The veggies don't need that much cooking, right? Because firsthand, we should be eating veggies basically raw. So the veggies don't need that much cooking, and the chickpeas are in the tin, which means they were already cooked or already pre-cooked, so they don't need a lot of cooking. It's basically just to get them brown and together. So there's not a lot of cooking here, but you also don't want your fire too high to have them burnt. You just want them nice golden and brown, and that's basically it.